So at first I didn't think much of festivals, but now after playing a few of them from the City Living expansion pack, I have become obsessed. They're a lot of fun and they're a great way to enrich your Sims' lives. For the record, there are 5 different festivals: the Humour and Hijinks Festival, GeekCon, the Spice Festival, the Romance Festival, and the Flea Market. And they're all different and pretty fun. Each of the 5 festivals will fall on a specific weekday bi-weekly. However, the mix of which festivals fall on which week can alternate between games. More details on this in the description. A few things that ring true across each festival. You can purchase a festival-specific shirt from each, with the exception of the Flea Market, as well as bubbles and fireworks of different colours. And also keep an eye out for the living statue that can make an appearance at a festival. If you're generous enough to leave a tip, you'll unlock the metallic face paint, a hat, and a full-body outfit for both a cowboy and an astronaut in Create a Sim, which will enable your sim to busk for tips. Let's kick off with the Humour and Hijinks Festival, which occurs on a Monday at Casper Gallery from 5 PM to 11 PM. This one is brought to you by my Sims Cindy and Kara. Now, the Humour and Hijinks Festival is one of my absolute favourites. The festival centres around a competition between the jokesters and the pranksters. You can choose which team to join by drinking either from the yellow fountain to join the jokesters or the purple fountain to join the pranksters. Drinking both will leave your sim dazed, so maybe don't do that. The goal here is to perform either comedic interactions if you're on the jokesters or mischief interactions if you're on the pranksters to earn points for your team. The setup helps, with a mic stand to help the jokesters with comedic interactions, in addition to a bunch of festival-specific options, and a voodoo doll to sell at the swag store to help perform some mischievous interactions. At the swag store, you can also purchase the City Skyscraper Snow Globe. Other things to do here are have a drink at the bar, purchase some food at the stands, and unwind at the bubble blower. At the end of the festival, a team will be announced the winners, and they'll receive a little prize, and there'll be a beautiful fireworks display in that team's colours. Overall, this is a really fun festival. It's great for interacting and meeting new Sims, and it's great for improving the comedy or mischief skills. Let's move on to GeekCon, which happens on Tuesday at Planet Honey Pop from 10 AM to 5 PM. This one is brought to you by my Sim Selexi. Don't judge the name. Okay, judge the name. You can't escape it. We're going to judge the name. Alright, GeekCon is a bit of fun. It's worth noting that skill gain here is extra fast, which is great for rocket science, gaming, and programming. Here you can build a rocket ship or take a journey to space on an already built rocket ship, which is great if you don't have the space or the funds for a rocket ship in your own lot. You can also participate in the hackathon, using your programming skills in a bid to win and take home a shiny new computer, or some other various prizes. But that's not the only challenge on offer. There is an ultimate gaming test, which combines all the games for a truly difficult challenge with more gaming prizes to be won. There's a telescope here with some unique interactions as well. You can spy on the neighbours and the surrounding apartments, and you never know what you might just find. Sadly, the food options here are a little bit lackluster. You can purchase some regular items from the swag store, as well as the Emily Snow Globe, or even unwind and just play some video games here for a bit of fun. Cosplayers will be floating around, and you can interact with and snap a selfie with them as well. Alright, we're gonna keep going and we're gonna move on to the Spice Festival, which happens on Fridays at 5 PM to 1 AM at Waterside Warble. This one is brought to you by my Sims Jacob and Chantal. At first I wasn't that impressed with the Spice Festival, but then I realized that it's actually better than you first think. There's a bar where your Sims can grab a drink, and there's also free cultural dishes on offer. Of course, eating these cultural dishes will unlock them, meaning your Sims can make them themselves in their own home. In addition, they can order even more food from the stalls around, enjoy the random busker, some bubble blowing, and the general atmosphere. In addition to the usual swag at the swag store, you can purchase the Freezer Bunny Snow Globe here, and you can also purchase spices. These can be used in cooking for certain dishes and will lower their cost. They're handy to have, but I wouldn't call them essential. Now, there's also a spicy food challenge on offer here, whereby winning will unlock the ability to brag about being the curry champion, if that's your Sim's goal in life, as well as unlocking a cool new t-shirt in Create a Sim. And if you're looking to start a fruit and vegetable garden, then this is the place to start. There are lots of plants to harvest. Most notably, there's a cowplant berry bush, which is a super easy way to have access to growing a cowplant. It's time to move on to my personal favorite festival, which is the Romance Festival. This happens on Saturdays at Planet Honey Pop from 5 PM to 1 AM. This one is brought to you by Scarlett and Caleb, and yes, Caleb is that vampire Caleb from the Vampires game pack. He's gonna get married. Now, at the Romance Festival, you can drink Sakura tea, which will instantly put your sim in a flirty mood. There's also a romance guru who you can ask to give a reading on your relationship. You know, nothing says romance like being told your relationship is doomed. There's a wedding arch here too, meaning that's a great place for a heat of the moment wedding if your sim is itching to tie the knot, just like my sims were. Couldn't get enough of it. They saw it, they went for it, they did it. There are also special romantic interactions like throwing petals. Note that some sims like Scarlet can give it, but they clearly can't take it. And speaking of petals, flowers everywhere. You can harvest them and grow them yourselves, from tulips to lilies, roses to birds of paradise, and even dragon fruit, which growing in your backyard is basically a Sims 4 get rich quick special. The swag store, in addition to the usual swag, will sell the Newcrest snow globe, and you can even pick up some artwork if you find some that you like. Another great perk of the Romance Festival is the food store here is based on Japanese cuisine, which means you can eat pufferfish nigiri. Of course, this unlocks the dish, meaning your sim can make it themselves. Now, this is extra exciting because there's a chance eating this dish will lead to death, and we all love creative new ways to kill our sims. The final festival is the Flea Market. This happens on Sundays at 10 AM to 6 PM at Waterside Warble, and this one is brought to you by my little sim Wesley. He's very adorable, we love him. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is probably my least favorite of the festivals, but it does have a purpose. So here you can find some funky randomized homewares for sale, which you can buy and try to haggle down the cost of. It can be a little fun seeing what you can add to your home, and it also just kind of shows off some furniture you might not have thought was cool, but you're actually like, yep, I want that. However, this is not the biggest draw card of the flea market. The biggest draw card is that there's usually a collector there selling his goods, and this is an easy way to snag some rare collectibles. In some cases, you can buy almost a complete collection outright. Like, I managed to get 13 of the 15 snow globes in literally seconds, including all of the rare ones. Note that you can sell items too, but I found this largely uneventful. Nobody was interested in my dead aliens, nobody was interested in my space plants, and I can easily just sell them from my inventory anyway. So not a huge recommendation there. There's also interaction to exchange a collectible with other sims, which is great if you've got duplicates. Essentially, you give them an item of your choice from a collection, and they'll give you a random one back, and you just don't know what you'll get. But if you give them a common one, you could get something rare. You never know. Finally, in addition to this, there are bubble blowers, some cute food stores, and potentially a bus guard to add to the vibe. Alas, that is all of the 5 festivals in The Sims 4. I hope you like them, I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you play them. They are actually a lot of fun and can really add to The Sims game. If you enjoyed that or found that helpful, please subscribe and leave a like. I would really appreciate that, and have an absolutely amazing day. I'll see you later.